Here's how I crush 80 hours per week while spending more time with my family than 99% of people out there. Building a company is tough. It requires 80 hours or more to make it work. And I have a family with 2 kids and I don't want to miss any time with them. So I created a system that allows me to crush it in my business and also make the family happy. Let's go. Let me show you. So I work 3 hours per week in the business. That's mainly Monday afternoons where I have a leadership meeting with my senior leaders, and then I have one-on-ones with the most important people in the company, including my co-founder. That's 3 hours. Then on Thursday, optional, I can decide to do it, but I don't have to, is a weekly demo so that I see what was shipped, and a squad leads meeting where all the squad leads share and give updates on what has happened this week. That helps me to get a flavor of what's going on, but I'm optional here. I don't have to go. How to make the family happy and create a successful business? First off, I go to bed quite early. I spend the evenings with the family, and my kids are 2 and 4, so they eat dinner about 6 to 6:30 p.m. And then we go to bed 7:30 p.m. And then until they're ready and so on, it's 8 p.m., 8:30. It's interesting because in the past, I then was sleeping next to them and I'm trying to bring them to bed. And once they fell asleep, I was able to get out of the room again. But that quite often only happened after like 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. And then I felt like a zombie spending 1 or 2 hours with my wife watching Netflix and then going to bed around midnight. And then I got up again at 7:30 or 8. So here's what I changed. I decided to go to bed with my kids. And that makes sense because they can sense that I'm not trying to go to bed and I'm just like trying to get out of the bed again once they fall asleep. But if I really am there to fall asleep and they realize, oh, actually he's sleeping, then they also fall asleep much quicker. So instead of wasting my time there and then being a zombie in the evening, I just go to bed with them. The latest, very late is 10 p.m. This allows me to get up super early. I think any day where I start before 4 a.m. is like super productive. I can get so much done in the morning. There's also been days where I started at 2 a.m., which is like really early for me as well. But these days are also magic. Like I get so much done, it's crazy. Especially if that happens on the weekend. If I get up 2 a.m. on a weekend, on a Sunday, and the family normally like sleeps in on that day, they maybe get up at 8:30, 9 a.m., then I already spent 7 hours on the business on a Sunday where everyone like either sleeps or is not working. You can say this is work, but this is like under my terms at the time that I want, doing the things that I think bring the business forward. This is fun. Like I'm craving to get up and do this. I'm in my ikigai. It's what I love. It's what I can do best. It's what I get paid for, and it's what the world needs. So I do day planning at 3:30 a.m. and then usually at 4 a.m. I start working, and I put in 3 hours before I start my morning routines, which is I normally go for a quick run. I do a 7-minute bodyweight workout, and I then do a yoga routine and then a 2-minute meditation. So that takes ballpark 30 minutes altogether. And then 7:30, I wake the kids up by playing wake up music on Spotify. While they wake up in these 10 minutes, I go to the shower, take a shower, I get dressed. 7:45, I'm done. I then get them dressed, and about 8 sharp, we go downstairs for breakfast. We eat in about 10 minutes. My wife is preparing in parallel the breakfast. 8:10, the breakfast is served. And then at 8:15, I bring the kids to daycare. Then I'm back around 8:30, 8:35, 8:40. I have 20 more minutes to spend with my wife to get comfy, to get like started. And then again, 9 a.m., second session, deep work starts, which is another 3 hours until lunchtime. And that's how a typical day looks for me like. It starts at 3:30 and it ends at 12. So right by lunch. In the afternoon, yes, Monday, Thursdays, I have time to work in the company if I want to, except for Mondays. Like that's the actual time that I spend to keep aligned with everyone. And then these are calendar sessions where I can share a link with people that I would like to reach out to. And I do, let's say, workshops, meetings, discovery calls, sales calls, success calls, anything that makes sense that I wanted to have, I do it in the afternoon. Except for Thursday and Fridays, where I end the day at 3 p.m. in order to spend the afternoon with my kids. Also on Sunday, it's family day. Also no social obligations. What we do here is just spending time with the family. On Saturday, we can spend time with friends. We can meet them, we can go there. Usually it's like 2 families going on a mountain, hiking, whatever. So one thing that I want to change going forward is I want to like dense that down to 2 hours, and I want to in general start my family time once I get the kids from daycare. So that will be around 3 p.m. And then in the afternoon, because I think the education system is broken as well, I will teach them life skills. For example, I want to build a shop with them, a little one where we can sell drinks and snacks to people that walk by our house. Then I want to build a ramp where they can drive over with their bikes. I want to build a sauna. I want to also like speak to people that walk by and just have a good conversation to teach them that it's not weird or cringe to speak to foreigners. And just do anything about life skills, business skills, people skills, skills, financial skills, numbers, anything that primes them for success, because I have fun doing it, they have fun doing it, and we together can learn a ton. Yeah, so that's how I structure my day as an 8-figure founder. If that's interesting to you, you can watch my other video where I talk about the 4 engines that drive my 3-hour work week. And with that, I invite you to make one change in your calendar right now in order to spend more time with your family and work more on the business instead of in the business. And I'm also really excited to see you in the next video. Ciao for now.